Well, I'm happy the stars are aligning. I'm at 1 subscribers, 111 subscribers. Alright, get ready. Dolphins. Hear that vibrational resonance? Now, this can pick it up really good though. Dude, if you play these sounds in the pyramid, I'm pretty sure it could freaking activate it by sound. Who knows the technology? You see what I mean? Alright, one more. Wait, it has to be that emanation loud. Hold on. See, it's about stopping it without influencing it. So the vibrational resonance, it's the resonance, right? And that's what it said in that one video that was in reverse, remember? Yeah. That sounds like Mesopotamia. That's what I heard in my head. Okay, the communication for like 2 days in a row, spirit guides and people I know in the spiritual community all talking to me, directly to me, right? And they're at certain times, and guess what? A lot of things are happening, and they're telling me certain things, like, and I really got to remember this. I was told they're on to you, and then I have that dream that one night, and then before I go to bed, that there's like, we're keeping tabs on the co-creative or the collective consciousness. Dude, yeah, it was fucking real, dude. And it was so awesome communicating with it. It was really fun. So all the things I've been hearing, I can't recall all conversations, you know what I mean? Brief, things of it. The thing is that there was so much activity, like all day long I was communicating wherever I went. And there was different people talking to me each time, but I was communicating back and forth, and then I got like this whole mumbo jumbo type thing going on where there's a lot of communication, which I could handle it, and I was liking it because guess what? Like if I was ready to communicate with like say 20 people in like a meeting, that's pretty much what it would be. And it's the thing is that this meeting is a little bit different because everybody's an individual soul, right? It's not like you going to work, you going to listen to people. It's more like we're figuring out this process. We're telling people the updates, but what's going on in a way that like it, you know, but it's serious. Like the things that come into place, they're talking to me about a lot of things, about new things, and it's really triggering, and I realize some things, and it's helping me actually, because the fact of that they know exactly why they did it. When I look back, I know why they did them things too. And it's quite you'll know what I'm talking about, and all you that do this, document that journey of what they say and stuff, and kind of like keep it in like a little journal, but then maybe do a podcast about it and share that, because it'd be really nice that to get everybody else on deck to be in the communication when they get to there, so they'll know what I mean, how it kind of functions. It's just like talking to anybody else, but is it like in your head, and if it's in your head, it's more clear and more actually real, because when people think in their head, that's most of their internal world is, but they don't really spread it in the external world because they're too afraid to have more than half the race. So it's more about being comfortable with that, because certain times where the entities are doing the opposite to that, you go through that first sometimes before you can actually do that. But it's not for, not everybody has to go through my journey, because I'm a little bit different, and there's a little bit different category. So it doesn't mean that you haven't be targeted at all, you know what I mean? Especially if you're doing it for fun too. I mean, if you have like a strong agenda, say if you were like this person that was in the secret service, the underground base or whatever, and then you couldn't tell anybody, and then that would be like something different story. But I'm not on an underground base, I'm on the surface, but this is how it needs to be done, because otherwise you're in the system. You're in that rule system of their control. If you're outside of it, they can't control you, and then we take back of our rule and we establish it on the land, because without that happening, they will try to prevent anybody's minds from actually doing it, but they're so good at it to be the point that we still try to fight against it rather than just putting our time and energy into it. But yes, remember that about the psychic connection and all that, because it's 100% true. And the thing is that all these beings, they're on different types of degrees and wavelengths. You know what I mean? And sometimes I get ones that criticize me, like say I'm retarded or whatever, and once in a while. But they're all like signs. But the thing is that a lot of them talk to me really nice now. It's just like before, when I was going through that, it's just like, but they themselves who told me that were trying to provoke more of that out of me, actually, to release, because without that being fully released, I could not see the clarity, because of this world it doesn't have that clarity. You have to reach to it, and it's not accessible you got to go through many things just to get there. You got to go through the thick of it to actually get on the other side. So in a way, that is true, what I'm saying, but not necessarily for the whole journey. I'm not saying everybody's path is a little bit different, like I said, but that's a good representation of what's kind of taking place on the soul level here. Hey, butterfly, do you see that? Hey, get out in the sun. Landed right on a pink flower. Oh, it's a sign. Oh, landed right back on a pink flower. Hey, buddy. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, lets me videotape him right up close with the camera. Thank you for getting me out inside in nature. Oh, and then they just leaves. That's all it needed me to do. I was like, yeah, now I'm going about my business. God just wanted me to do this little thing that I enjoyed. See, everybody should enjoy that, of what they do to help, because then they get it back. It's a cycle of life that helps what it gets back from. So it's like, it's real, true karmic shit that's real in the universe. It's just like, there's so many degrees of it, and categories and depth about many things that you roll into to get you out of the degrees of certain degrees that we do know. And it's a mixed and tangled knot, but that's what ascension is. There's so much to know, and it's not easy, but I'm just trying to articulate this in my mind so you can, see it clearly, because I'm trying to, like, think of this as it's continuing, think of this as it's projecting inside my mind of, like, what this all is. Alright. See, I'm wondering about this. Like, I post all these things, but I want people to know it in the moment, so how much are you paying attention to these things? Because it's really important, because what's going on with me, you'll know how important it is in the future. Because seriously, I'll play like a big part in it, because I'm not even kidding you or shitting you when I'm saying the supernatural shit is starting to, like, surprise me and almost, like, say, holy shit, this is getting all too real. But I already know it's all too real. That's the thing. But the thing is that when you wake up to it more of what I am, and I wake up to that you're waking up to it, it gets more real for me. But the thing is, that's the realness coming back, is what that is. So that's the feelings of what we get, like that. But we already know that because of all these experiences already, alright? So, but when it gets more and more clear, we're going to feel that realness even more, because it's going to tap us into what was, right? And then we know how close we are to originating, and our soul will know that and reside in that state of what it is, you know what I mean? So it's exactly what it is. So, sun dizzle sun, you are the one.